Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Death House, a very special one-shot Halloween horror edition game. I got some awesome people here tonight. I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun time.
Okay, so that way's going to be in the middle of the...
See, I'm trying to adjust my camera here for you.
Yeah.
Since I'm like off to the side.
Look, I did my best, but y'all are squirrely.
Well, yeah, exactly. We're all going to move around and do our own thing.
Welcome in, everybody. Let's start off by going around the table and meeting everybody tonight. And let's start with Rad. Brad, will you introduce yourself and tell us who you're playing tonight?
I am Beric. I am a tiefling, obviously, playing to the crowd here. I'm just a traveler. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. You're doing great, Rad. I love it. Let's go, Duro. Introduce yourself. Introduce who you're playing tonight.
All right, hey everyone, I'm Duro. So I am playing Malice Vandry. He is a Shadow Kai from the Shadowfell. It's a rogue. So his backstory is he has been cursed by family curse, known as the Raven Queen's Curse, and he has received an omen to learn that today is his death day. And the only way to break the curse is just to survive. So that's what he's hoping for.
Godspeed, Duro.
You
All
got
right.
this, Duro.
Insomnia.
Hello
Introduce yourself.
there.
Introduce your character.
Yeah, I'm Insomnia Night RPG. I'll be playing Seku. I'm a Yanti life cleric, because, you know, with every shedding is rebirth in life. I am actually devout to the Raven Queen, because the whole two halves of the coin there, life and darkness. So I'll help you out, Duro. I over here because I know a little tiefling who was venturing out, and I know he gets into trouble. So figured I'd follow, help him out.
Never. Not Rad. He would never get in trouble.
Right? Yeah, that's it.
Last, certainly not least, Crombie. Introduce yourself. Introduce your character.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, y'all. I'm Crombie, just Crombie, and I'm playing Vindentis tonight. I'm playing a human wizard, and his backstory is to unfold.
Awesome. I like that. Leaving some mystery for everybody. All right, guys, we do have a giveaway tonight. I am giving away a custom painted tombstone. I've been doing these all October, so a lot of you know what they look like already. All you got to do is type in ! Enter into chat, and you will be entered in the giveaway, and we will pull a winner at the end of the night. If at any point in the night we happen to break my hype train, I want to say goal, but that's not the right word. My brain's not working already. We're starting off right. Thank you. Record. I am going to add into the giveaway a custom original art piece from Death House from the game tonight. So if we break, I think my record's like 7 maybe on the hype train. I don't know. Apparently you can't look that up on Twitch because they don't fucking
I want to
care.
say the last time it was 8, but
It might be. It might be. But yeah, there's going to be some really cool artwork happening tonight, and I'm going to give one of those pieces away. My husband did all the artwork, so I'm really excited to show that off to you guys. But without further ado, let's get into Death House. Some of you might know this one shot, but this is my own little spin on Death House tonight. Let's get some ambient jams going. Up the creep. Yeah, wondering. I'm just giving my husband away. Don't worry about it.
Yes. Cryo Daddy will be given
Daddy.
away at the end of the night.
I don't know how well he'll mail, but it's fine. It's gonna be a really big box.
It's just a plane ticket.
You could probably, I mean, since he's frozen, you could probably send him in pieces, and then they could assemble. Assembly might be required.
Perfect. Yeah. All right.
Nothing's
You
better than Cooper.
have all been hired by the mysterious Count Orlok to investigate the disappearances of villagers off a road not far outside of town. There's some kind of tomfoolery going on, you remember him saying. Bandits or the like. I'll pay you 100 gold pieces for each of their heads you bring back. It was an offer too steep to refuse. So, off you go, a party of strangers, and after a long day of scouring the surrounding woods for clues, you set up camp for the evening. Above you hangs the round white face of a gleaming full moon, illuminating the small clearing of trees where you reside in a haunting silvery glow. The woods are silent, eerily so, and the air grows chill as the grave, drawing you closer to your fire. Crombie, can you explain to us what you look like and what you're doing by the fire?
Certainly. Vindentis is wearing some loose-fitting blue robes of multiple different hues. His arms and legs are bandaged to bring the robe tighter still, and as he sits near the fire, he is undoing some of the bandages on one arm to replace them. And those of keen perception might notice that it seems that his arms are burned quite terribly. Vindentis also wears a mask, a white mask with 2 holes for his eyes, and otherwise featureless.
Duro, can you explain what your character looks like and what you're doing by the fire?
So Malice has, he's wearing all black, of course. He's in a leather vest. He's got cornrows for hair. He's got very pale gray skin. He's currently nearby, but he is somewhat hidden. He wants to make sure he can trust these people he's just met, that they won't try to kill him, because he's a bit scared of that right now. So he's nearby, but kind of hidden.
All right. Insomnia, can you explain what your character looks like and what you're doing by the fire?
I would just be sitting by the fire, looking over my holy artifacts I do carry around with me, examining them, and then I probably would pay attention to Crombie's character, the dentist, as he has a wound, possibly. But overall, I'd be looking over the tiefling, making sure he's staying out of trouble, as he is new to adventuring. Otherwise, I look pretty human. I do have reptilian eyes, and I'm just wearing a very dark black and almost snake scale green chainmail.
Rad, can you explain what your character looks like and what he's doing by the fire?
So he's a lightish red, almost faded red from all the travel that he's been doing. The tips of his horns, tails, and ears are a faded white. Shoulder length hair, half like pitch black, half blonde, with a little goatee to match. Not wearing anything special, just studded leather. And I am just sitting there holding back a super excited look, just meeting new friends, a new adventure, and just scoping the area, looking up at the sky and everything.
Awesome. Suddenly, a thick fog begins to pour like liquid smoke from the vegetation surrounding you, distorting the trees and shrubs. Where once stood lush branches of beautiful autumn hues now loom spindly ghosts of gray bark. These trees were not those that you knew only moments ago. Then, from just beyond the fog, you hear the midnight toll of a church bell and the soft, steady cries of a young child.
Did you hear that?
I certainly did.
I did too. What?
Where's our other companion?
I haven't seen him since we sat down at the fire.
I'll take a look around for him. Malice? Malice, are you there?
You see Malice poke his head from around a nearby tree log. He looks very concerned with his eyes wide open.
Slowly, as the fog begins to part, it reveals a pair of young children standing on a cobblestone street before a great Victorian manor. It's a young girl and her even younger brother. The boy clutches a stuffed bear to his chest, gently weeping. After shushing the boy, the girl turns to you and says, "There's a monster in our house." She then points to the tall brick row house beyond. Its windows are dark and foreboding. On the ground floor, you see a portico, and the rusty gate is slightly ajar. The houses on either side look abandoned, their windows and doors boarded up. But you were in the woods. Where did this come from?
Interesting. Children just appearing out of the mist. This does not bode well.
I think Vindentis will approach the children and are you all right, children? What monster? What do you mean?
There's a monster in there. He lives in the basement. Will you help? Baby Walter's in the house. We need to save him.
I mean,
I'll go. Go ahead.
No, certainly. I of course.
I'll go ahead and stand up, kind of dust myself off, walk over to the dentist, and say I offer to help as long as everybody else is ready to help or willing to help.
Yeah, with that I will as well stand up and collect my items and slowly approach where Crombie is and the dentist. I will put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of softly say, just be careful. It did come from the mist.
Not all things from mist are quite bad. And with that, you feel a light gust kind of cascade around the party.
Nice.
Malice will stand up from behind the log and quietly just go and stand directly behind Fork. Is that Brad? Is that your character's name? Yeah. Okay. I'll just kind of sneak my way behind Fork and watch over his shoulder.
As you all are speaking, you notice this fog that's been creeping in is starting to form almost like a wall and is pushing closer and closer to you guys. The younger girl who's been speaking looks and she says, "Hurry, you must go into the house. You must." And she's holding her little brother's arm and she's kind of dragging him towards the portico.
I think as we approach, if it looks like the fog is getting too close, Vindentis will try to use a gust cantrip just to keep the fog at bay as the party moves up, if we're moving up.
Is everyone moving up to the house?
If the dentist is moving forward, I will follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malice will just stand directly behind Fork.
Do I feel his presence behind me? Because at this point, I feel like I would still be like, "Where's the other guy?" Like,
Where's the elf?
yeah.
Before you, the portico gate is open, and an oil lamp hangs from the ceiling, casting a sallow glow upon a set of great oaken doors. The children stand in the portico, but they look at you. It's kind of, they don't want to go in there. They're waiting for you to open the door.
Can we just grab him and throw him in? I'm just kidding.
I will.
No.
So yeah, I will approach the door and I guess place my hand on it and attempt to open it.
The door opens with ease. It opens into a grand foyer. Here hangs a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, a stylized golden windmill on a red field, and flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. Pressing on into the main hall of the house, beyond a set of beautiful stained glass doors, you are greeted by freshly oiled wooden floors and a black marble fireplace. All around you, the wood-paneled walls of this room are innately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. From where you stand, you can see 3 open doors on either side leading into a small kitchen, a dining room, and a den. Each room appears clean and just as beautifully decorated in rich woods and luxurious fabrics.
As we enter, I'm going to take my shield from off my back and apply it. And I'll keep my hand like on the hilt of my mace that is on my hip, just in case anything goes down. I'll be ready.
I think Vindentis will be last to enter the house, turning to the children and saying, kind of kneeling down to their level, "Did you get a good look at the monster? Did you see it? What did it look like?"
Oh, we've never seen the monster. Just hear its terrible howls in the basement. It's quite awful, it is. But baby Walter, he's upstairs. He's in the nursery. You have to save him. You'll save him, won't you?
I will. We will. Yes. Of course.
Thank you.
And your names? I'm sorry, I didn't catch them. I'm Vindentis.
The girl kind of straightens herself and looks very proudly at you, and she says, I'm Roosevelt Durst, and this is my little brother, Thornbolt. The little boy just kind of like meekly waves at you, but doesn't say anything.
Well, you two stay where you're safe, and we'll get this taken care of for you.
We'll wait right here, mister. Thank you very much, all of you.
And with that, the masked, robed Vindentis will walk into the house.
I'll probably be leading the party in, like with my shield up a little bit and looking around.
Anyone who is proficient in perception, make a perception roll for me. Anybody?
Or
Nice.
I got an 11.
I got a natural 1. That's great.
I got a 19.
Awesome. As you're looking at these sculpted walls, you notice that hidden inside the images of the vines and the flowers, you see serpents and skulls interwoven.
I'm going to tap Fork on the shoulder. And Malice will say, I sure we should be here. This doesn't seem right.
I'm assuming with my natural one, I just feel like this is like a normal house that we're walking into. So I'm like, there's nothing wrong that I see with this place. As long as we're all together, it should be fine.
You don't see the skulls?
And then I'm assuming you point them out, and I'll look over, and then
Yes,
I'll finally be like, oh,
I'll also point them out to him.
yeah. And then I'll be like, probably not, but like I said, if we stick together, we'll probably be fine.
Aristocrats and their silly decorations. Don't be too scared of it.
Suddenly, from the floor above, you hear a set of heavy footsteps and the creak of a wooden door.
Sounds like someone's home.
Are there stairs like right inside the door, or is it like?
Yeah, so you're basically in like a main room on the bottom floor, and you can see these rooms around you, but there's like a red marble staircase that leads up to the next floor.
The footsteps, did they sound heavy? Like more like an adult, or?
Yes, they sound like an adult. They're very heavy.
I would look to the dentist, and that doesn't sound like just a child.
No, it does not. And it does sound like baby Walter. His nursery's upstairs. Perhaps we should make haste.
Does everyone want to go upstairs?
Yeah, I'll stay in front.
I'll. Oh, go ahead, Duro.
Oh, so sorry. So
You're good.
Malice would have jumped at the sound of these footsteps. He would have instinctively drawn his dagger from his side and hit it behind his back, kind of like in the crook of his lower back.
I start walking towards the.
I will. Yeah, I will be right behind.
All right. You climb a red marble staircase until you stand in an elegant hall. Hanging above a mantelpiece at the far end is a wood-framed portrait of the Durst family. You see Mother and Father Durst with their 2 smiling children, the 2 you just met outside, Rose and Thorn, and cradled in the father's arms is a swaddled baby, which the mother regards with a hint of scorn. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors carved with dancing youths in the east and west walls. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visor helm shaped like a wolf's head. The door on the eastern wall is cracked open, and dusty footprints, seemingly out of place against the shining clean floors, lead into its dark depths. If anyone would like to make another perception check for me, you are welcome.
Yes.
Sure.
Malice will kneel down and
Two.
Yeah, I will definitely
And,
go around the room. Go ahead, Malice.
he'll kneel down and just kind of like put his fingers next to the footprints.
God damn it. I can roll another natural one.
I rolled a 1 as well.
I got a 22.
Coming in hot.
I got 16.
Nice. Right on. Malice, you don't see anything odd about the footprints other than what you've already noticed, that the floors are clean. Everything in this area is very nice, very well kept. But these dusty footprints definitely seem out of place. They look to be of a larger man. But Seku, you are looking around and you notice, like downstairs, that there's something strange about these carvings in the doors. The dancing youths aren't really dancing at all, but they seem to be fighting off swarms of bats.
Interesting. the symbols on these walls. It looks like they're fighting the bats. There's more to this. This house has a lot of history, I feel. But once again, aristocrats in their artwork.
There are many things to be gleaned from history, many stories to be told.
Very true. Shall we continue up, folk?
Indeed. And did I hear that it's getting darker, too?
That it's getting darker?
As we go up the stairs?
So right now, there's definitely like light in this area. There's some oil lamps on the wall that are in working order and they're on, or they're lit. But if you guys want to continue up the next set of stairs, it does look darker. Does anyone want to inspect the room that the footprints are leading into?
Yes, yes.
I probably shouldn't.
Yes, what would you like me to roll?
Are you just gonna go in?
I will. Yeah, I'll slowly traverse to the room and walk in. Very,
Okay.
not quick, but slowly.
The room is dark, but as you enter, you recognize that you're now inside of a library. And it's empty. There's no people in there, though the oil lamps about the walls flicker to life as you cross the threshold. Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-backed chair face the entrance and a fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in corners of the room are two overstuffed chairs, and floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall, and a rolling wooden ladder allows one to more easily reach the high shelves.
We stumbled across a library.
Library, you say?
Yes, further investigation should be done in here, I feel.
There aren't
they were-
any... Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I was saying perhaps they were meddling with something that they shouldn't have been. And I would like to look into the what books are in the shelves of this library.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh my god, an 8.
You don't really notice anything special. Books on history, there's some art, nothing that sticks out.
So yeah, I'm just standing there moving the books and just glancing at them and tossing them off onto the ground like nothing. No of
You're just throwing them around.
what language is this? And then just...
Be careful in there. There's no candles, are there?
Actually, when I entered the room, the oil lamps came to life. Perhaps I should have been paying attention to that a little more.
Well, take caution. Fire and books aren't always a good combination.
Fire's not so bad.
Is anyone else looking around the room?
I'll go ahead and walk more in and scope out the rest of the room. Maybe I'll help him looking at the books if there's anything.
Roll perception if you'd like to look at the books.
Oh,
Who doesn't like to look at a good book?
yeah. 14.
You notice a red-covered book with a blank spine, and it seems a little bit out of place to you. And as you begin to try and pull it out, you realize that it's a switch, and the bookshelf swings open and reveals to you a long, narrow, secret room. Inside this room, there's more of the same towering bookshelves and a second, smaller desk. Glancing at the shelves, you notice a number of seemingly occult tomes, and they're bearing strange symbols embossed into their leather spines. You want to root around in there?
Do I see that open up?
Oh yeah. You
Okay,
guys,
okay,
anyone
yeah.
who's in the room or looking in the room, it's basically like the old trick door. The book kind of pops out and the door just swings right open. And it's just this narrow little passage back there.
I'll look at Seku and be like, I don't know how you missed this book.
Every now and then, I don't pay attention to everything. I mean, dentist, and you may want to come in and check out some of this hidden room that we found. Where is the elf? I can never seem to see him.
Malice would have been standing next to the entrance, with his back against the door, just listening for anything nearby.
Malice, perhaps I don't know if you want to stand guard or if you want to come in and investigate with us. You blend in so well, it's hard to see where you're standing.
Someone has to watch the front door, so might as well be me.
Please go investigate. You see Vindentis kind of, his mask turning to look at the oil lamps, turns to look at the books, turns to look back at the oil lamps again. He's like, please, go ahead. I'll watch.
Alice will slowly walk until he's standing behind Fork.
Oh, go on, Fork. Go venture down the hidden passage you found here.
I start walking, making my way
Downtown.
Oh no. Oh god. If you would like to give me an investigation roll, see if if you're moving inside the secret room, you're scoping it out. Give us a roll.
3 with a -1, so 2.
You were just like, I don't even know if you're really paying attention to anything.
I'm just happy to be here. I'm a traveler. I'm in a new area.
You're just in there like, giving your butt a good scratch, sniffing your fingers, staring at the walls. You find nothing. You just see a bunch of books with strange symbols on them.
Mm-hmm.
I will follow behind, and I roll an investigation as well.
Yeah.
Might not be good. Oh, an 18. Yes.
Fabulous. Looking through the books, you definitely can tell that these have some magical properties. If you want to roll an Arcana check for me as well.
God. Oh, God. A 9.
Yeah, you can't really make out what any of it means. You don't really understand it. But as you're searching through, you find a letter poking out, and it's got a funny seal on it, something you might recognize. Roll me a history check.
An 11?
That's okay. You don't recognize the seal on it, but you open it up, and the letter reads, "My most pathetic servant. I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son. Cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich.
Interesting. Can I roll a history to see if I know who Strahd is?
Yeah, that was your history check.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was.
to,
Okay.
yeah,
So you.
to recognize the seal and know what's
Oh,
happening
right,
there.
right. You said that. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'll walk out and I will probably. Yeah, I'll. Elias, here. Maybe this will ring a bell for you. I'll hand him the letter.
And who? Me?
No, Malias.
Oh.
Malice?
You can read
Malice. Me.
Yes, that's okay. Malice.
Malice. It's like,
I was like, wait.
it's
Malias,
like
the fifth
the
member
word
of the party.
The fifth member.
malice, but
Malice,
spelled
malice.
differently.
Don't worry about me.
Okay, can I roll a history check to see if I know
Yeah.
who this is pertaining to?
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 4, so I don't know who this guy is.
Nope.
Even though from the Shadowfell.
I think it's just someone
You
messing
did your
around
best.
with cult things again. I don't know.
It's one of those prank letters.
Oh no. It's chain email.
So Malice will say, I don't know who this is, but you still think nothing is going on here.
Oh, I'm sure something's going on here. I mean, clearly these aristocrats were messing with people and messing with the occult or something. Let's show the letter to the dentist over there at the door.
Very good. And I assume, having received the letter, should I make a history check? as
Yeah.
well?
History
Okay.
check it. Yeah.
All right, that one rolled a 1 last time. Let's try a different one.
You get a history check. You get a history check.
19 total.
Yeah, you know who Strahd is.
Okay.
God, one of us does.
Yeah, at least somebody.
Oh yeah, I know this name. And I'll share what I know about Strahd with the party.
Also, by the contents of the letter, you would probably now realize that you're in Barovia as well.
An ill omen indeed. We ought to step quite carefully if we're where I think we are.
That'd be-
Darkland. Have you heard of the land of Barovia?
Have I heard of the land of?
Yeah, would we have known?
Yeah. Do we know this as like a common knowledge thing, or?
No, you guys suck at history. You know nothing, apparently.
Yeah.
Vindentis is the only smart one among you. He's
man.
here to educate you.
Yeah.
I'm from
But-
the same place, so I just don't know.
Oh,
no.
Well, no. If your race is from there, then yeah, you would know, Duro. You would understand it at that
Yeah,
point.
so Barovia is in the random realm of shadows, which is where
Yeah.
Malice is from.
Oh snap! Okay. Vindentis knew. Crombie did not. Well, an ill omen nonetheless. I recommend we take caution.
Would any of you like to do anything else in the library? Would you like to look around anymore?
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna walk out of that room and be like, "Oh, did you guys find something?"
You said I found like some other items in there along with the note, correct?
Yeah,
didn't-
there's bookshelves, and you didn't understand the books.
Okay, they were
But
just
there was
books.
also a desk in there. There's a desk in both rooms. Those would be the main things.
Okay. Yeah, I would be done with that room as well then.
All right. Suddenly, from the floor above you, the screams of a distressed baby cut like a knife through the silence of the old house and echo down through the spiral staircase just beyond the library door.
Well,
Oh,
you all heard that, right?
yeah.
Malice begins to run away.
Yeah, I was just
To the
about to
front
say
door.
I'm gonna. Oh, you're
no.
going to the front door?
Whoa. Malice, where are you going?
We made a promise.
We have to help these people.
Something is going on here, and today is not the day.
Sir, whatever you are afraid of, I am skilled in healing. I will help you.
We'll have strength together more than any of us alone, certainly.
Malice will stop in his tracks and turn around and hang his head and walk back to the party.
Just stay behind me. You'll be fine.
Yes. Stay by Fork. He will. He's a good fighter.
Looking up the staircase, you notice that it is pitch black up there.
Vindentis will summon 4 globes of light with the cantrip dancing lights.
Wonderful.
And keep one near each member of our party.
Who wants to walk up the stairs first? What order are we going to go in?
It would probably be me first.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Shoot.
I will stay close, and I'll respond to your light cantrip. Be like, just a bit bright. I can't see in the dark.
I also have dark vision.
Oh, I apologize. I can snuff it out if you'd like. I can.
You're good. It's fine. It was shocking as I was staring up the
Yes.
staircase, and then
Maybe a bit behind us a little bit.
Perhaps a little bit of a cooler color, and Vindentis will change the color to like a pale blue light.
oh, very very nice. You are very skilled. Thank you.
Fluorescent blue, you got it.
Well, it's suddenly like you guys are in a Walmart. It's weird.
Or
The roll
back in the
black
day,
prices.
back in the day, the attention Kmart shopper.
The blue light special.
Malice will stand behind Fork.
Vindentis will take up the rear.
As you climb the red marble staircase, the screams become louder and louder until you find yourself on a dusty third floor balcony. This area of the house is different, dirty and unkept, everything draped in ancient-looking cobwebs. There you are greeted once more by a suit of black plate armor, the head of an iron wolf replacing that of a normal helmet, though this one looks far less cared for. On the other side of it, oil lamps are mounted on oak-paneled walls, carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters. Malice, who seems to be the most perceptive of you, notices in these carvings, much like some of the others, there's something strange about them. Amidst the trees are tiny corpses hanging and worms bursting up from the ground. You have made it to the source of the screams, and the door to your left is all that muffles them now. And I
At this
also
point,
forgot that we have art, because I am in space. So there's the front of the house. I only missed one, so we're fine. We're doing great. There's your armor.
So once coming up the stairs and I see the armor, and I'll just as a precaution, I'll go ahead and I guess you don't really unsheathe the mace, but I'll pull out my mace now and ready for whatever comes at us.
Yeah,
No,
I would as well. I would pull out my weapon.
I'll turn back to Malice and I'll be like, "Stay close."
I feel like at this moment, yeah, what is Malice doing after seeing all of those details?
Oh,
I'm very curious.
He has a disgust look on his face.
I think
He's definitely not enjoying this.
Vindentis will put one reassuring hand on your shoulder, Malice, and say, "Don't worry. I've foreseen some things. I think we'll do well."
I think we'll be fine. Why is this room or this area so unkept compared to the rest of the house?
I'm not sure, but I'm assuming the answer is behind what's behind the door. English. It's hard.
Oh, it's okay. You're still learning, young tiefling. Well, after you, please. I am right here with you. I would like to cast Bless on the 3 members of the party who are not me. Just in case.
Nice.
Thank you.
Of course.
I will, I guess, go up to the door.
As you pass the black-plated armor, the distinct sound of scraping metal can be heard as the armor springs to life and thrusts its spear at you. Rad, I am gonna have you roll initiative. Give me a 6-sided dice, my dude.
4.
All right, I got a 1, so you definitely beat me right out the gate. He's gonna get a little bit of a surprise on you for that one. So a 15 does not hit, correct?
No, it does not.
As he thrusts his spear, he just grazes your side, but does not make contact. Rad, you can go ahead and roll first. What you want to do?
I will. I guess I'll go ahead. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a mace. It's a morning star.
Oh,
I will take a hit with my morning star, or take a swing, I should say. 14 to hit.
that is a miss. Seku, what would you like to do?
Seeing that the armor has come to life and taken a swing at my comrade, I would attempt to, I guess, attack back as well. So I will use my warhammer. Let's see what we get here. I should not attack things. I got an 8. I should have just take the spells.
You also miss.
Yeah, I swing wildly at it as it moves in and just completely miss. And no, this does not bode well. Keep an eye on the elf.
So I was blessed, right?
You were blessed.
Mhm.
So is that
Did you
what
add
is
that?
it? No, I did not.
It gives you a D4.
You can add
D4,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a 1? That's a 1. So it would have been 15 altogether.
Yeah, you would still miss.
Okay.
Malice, what are you going to do?
Okay, Mouse is going to draw his rapier and attack this thing in melee range. So, since an ally is near or next to this statue,
Mm-hmm.
I get advantage.
Okay.
Or no, I don't get advantage. I get a sneak attack. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done. Okay, I get blessed though. So
You get blessed.
14 plus 5 is 19.
You hit. Roll for damage.
By the grace of the Raven Queen.
That is 8 damage.
All
And then
right.
With the bonus action, I will use my cunning action to disengage just behind Rad once again.
Awesome. Vindentis. It is your turn.
Vindentis will use a frostbite cantrip, which will require a Constitution saving throw from the creature.
All right. Ooh, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Hey, we are switching dice.
Oh no, I lost the dice. The dice is gone. That is 3 points of cold damage, and the creature has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Nice.
And he will move back as far as he can away from this thing.
All right. Brad, you won last initiative. Roll another 6-sided dice for me.
5.
Oh, still good.
All right, I rolled a 6.
Oh.
He is going to attempt to swing at you once more. And an 18 most certainly hits.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to hit you with 4 damage. And then once more for another 4 damage.
All right.
Brad, you're up.
I guess I will return the favor and try to hit him again. 17?
Did you use your bless?
Yes, I did.
Okay. No, that does not hit.
Cool.
Seku.
I'm a great fighter.
I am not going to use my weapon. I'm going to actually reach out. I can only do this a few times, everybody, so stay back. And I'm going to attempt to touch it with a inflict wounds.
Oh.
And it doesn't work either. It's a 12. The attack roll was a 12.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. I'm sorry. Malice.
No need to be sorry.
He says my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll move next to it again. Let's see, 21.
Yeah, you definitely
21.
hit.
Okay.
You
So
definitely hit.
I'm next to an enemy of the creature, because I'm next to Fork, so I get sneak attack. That is 8 plus 5 is 13.
Nice.
And then I will use cunning action to disengage back behind Fork.
All right. Vindentis.
Perfect. I'm not sure. This might be pushing the limits of what's possible.
Uh-huh.
May I use my help action for Insomnia's character by holding a gust cantrip to help them strike the creature with a little bit more force than they would otherwise have?
Yeah, I'll allow it. That's cool.
Okay.
You want me to swing again? Interesting.
So you're going to ready that for the next round then? Is that the plan? Perfect.
Sure thing. Yep.
All right. Let's do Duro. Roll initiative for me. 6-sided dice.
That is a 6.
Awesome. You beat me. So, Brad, top of the line. Let's go. What do you do?
Since I am not hitting anything with the Morningstar, I will apply Burning Hands, and it is a dex save.
All right. 12.
That is exactly what you needed to do to save. So it's just half, right? Half damage if it's a save.
It would say in the spell.
Yeah.
Um,
Some spells are half, some are. If
Some are,
saved,
yeah,
they do
none.
Nothing.
It
Yeah.
looks like half as much. Yep.
Yeah, it's half. So I'll go ahead and roll it. So it is 4d6, so it's 17 half to
It would be
Over.
8. It's round down, I believe, on a half. All right.
And that will be my turn.
Seku, roll.
God, yeah, I get to go swing with the hammer. Seven.
Oh no.
Does that help offer any advantage or anything like that?
Yeah, we would. I would say that if it's pushing him along, it would also be trying to help to guide him. So go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay. So just roll once more, right? Regular?
Yeah, and you take the highest die.
18!
Dead on.
Ooh,
You
ooh.
hit.
I shall attack him. Oh. 2 damage.
So it's fine. He only has 1 health point left after that massive hit from Malice. So go ahead and tell us how you defeat this suit of plate armor.
Yeah, being pushed forward with that help action in the gust, I basically I'll grab my warhammer with 2 hands and I just kind of go in and slam into the chest of it and bursting it into pieces as it shatters, well, not shatters, but falls apart onto the floor.
Nice.
It's like, that was very useful there, dentist. I appreciate that. But I'm not so great with hitting things. Perhaps focusing that on the elf and the tiefling will be a little bit more useful for us.
From what I see, I see 3 people capable with weapons here before me. But yes, in the future, for certain.
I do appreciate it.
After the armor is defeated, everything goes quiet again, but you can still hear the soft whimpers of the baby in the room nearby.
Well, should we proceed forward?
We shall.
As we do, Vindentis will just cast a quick detect magic. We wouldn't want to be surprised by any other suits of armor or other, perhaps traps, I don't think. And he'll just keep concentration on that.
What's the range on that?
That is 30 feet, but it's blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. Yeah, you don't detect anything. You don't notice anything.
No worries. I'll just keep my concentration on it for a little while.
Foric, as your hand reaches to clutch the doorknob, the door swings open and an gust of unnatural wind. From beyond, the screams of the baby twist and morph into ghastly shrieks of a woman. Her spectral form is transparent and glows eerily in the dark room.
My baby! My poor helpless baby!
Screams the ghostly woman standing before you. She's dressed in a long Victorian gown and has a waifish beauty about her, aside from 2 gaping, hollow eyes.
He told me he loved me! How could have he done this?
She shrieks and lunges towards you.
Fun.
All right. Give me another initiative roll, Duro.
Another 6.
Beat me again. Nice job. All right, Rad, what do you do with this wide-eyed looking ghost woman in front of you?
Is she within like melee range?
Oh yeah,
Or-
she's like
Okay.
right there as the door just swings open.
Well, I will take a swing. How long does bless last for?
It's only a minute.
Yeah,
minute?
it's a minute, so it would have been probably in this time frame removed from you
Yeah.
as we were proceeding forward for the door.
Does an 8 hit?
No,
like
an 8 does not hit.
This is nice.
You're doing your best, Sweaty. I'm assuming you guys are still in the same kind of marching order going towards the store.
Yeah.
So Seku, what do you do?
Seeing it's an aberration, right? Like it just appeared. That's how you described it? Like
Yeah. So she's kind of like this ghostly specter, this like eerie bluish glow to her.
I would hold out my holy symbol, which is it's an ankh with a snake on it and raven wings, and I will hold it out and I will cast Bane on her.
All
She
right.
needs to make a a charisma save of 13.
She does not save.
So she will. Well, you know how Bane works. She is baned, and with that, I will.
Remind me of Bane again.
So
Like the opposite
Bane-
of bless.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
Oh,
So she
okay.
gets when she goes to attack, she gets a D4 that subtracts.
Awesome.
She turns into a Batman villain.
Yes, she'd be
Which will break first?
You came to this house. I was born in it, molded by it.
No.
And with that, I will then also kind of protect Fork and kind of hold my shield up to take any blows from her.
All right. Malice.
Okay, same deal. I'm going to. Oh, is she next to anyone?
She's still on my face, right?
Yeah. She's like right up on Forik.
Okay, so I'll have sneak attack then. So I'm going to stand next to her and fork. That is 17 plus 5.
You definitely hit.
At least somebody can use a weapon.
3
Ugh.
plus 4, 7.
All right.
Then I'll disengage. Use cunning action just to disengage and hide behind fork once again.
As you slash through her, she just kind of looks at you and smirks. She does take some damage, but she doesn't seem as fazed by it. Vindentis, what would you like to do?
Oh boy. I think Vindentis is going to call out. I have a spell, but it could hurt those who are close to her just as much as it hurts her. If you back up, I'll use it. And he'll hold Ice Knife if his allies back away from this ghost.
Nice. You guys, let's see. We'll hold that as a readied action for next round. Cool.
Sounds like a plan.
She looks at you, Seku, and she knows that you have done something to her, and she is not pleased. And she is going to attempt to attack you. Coming for you.
Bring it,
And she rolls a 3, so she doesn't do anything.
Oh, that's a hit.
You kind of see her like reach out towards you, but she just misses. All right, Duro, give me another initiative.
3.
All right, I got a 6. So she is going to reach out with spindly ghost-like fingers once more at Seiko and attempt to attack him. And 11 does not hit. She misses again. She's a very clumsy ghost, apparently. Forik, it is your turn.
I will. I would have to back away. She's still like next to me, right? Or did she move?
So I'm assuming Seiko is just like beyond you, so she would have been kind of reaching over you towards him kind of deal. But she's still like right next to you, yes.
She is still close, but I am attempting to defend you, sir.
Yeah. Oh, the dentist said I should back away. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to back away from her. Get enough feet away. I'm willing to take the hit so that he can use his spell.
You can whack her before you back away if you so choose.
All right.
Because you can use movement after.
Oh yeah,
after
true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you want to attempt to hit her, go for it.
It's a little bit better. What is it? So 19 to hit.
Yeah, you got her.
Thank God.
She's not so hard to hit as a full plated armor guy.
So
I mean, I've hit every hit so far.
So that's 7 points
Okay.
of damage.
Just like before, when she was hit by Malice, you noticed that she doesn't seem so phased by these hits. All right, and then you're gonna back away, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna call out. So it kind of looks like physical damage doesn't really hurt her, or.
Yeah, like it's very minimal. She doesn't even seem to like register it, and it just your weapon just goes straight through her, and you see like kind of this ethereal, it's almost like a fluid transparency that's like floating around her. Just kind of some of it will like flick off into the room and dissipate when that happens, but she doesn't seem very phased.
All right, as I back away before she gets the attack of opportunity or whatever, I'll say like, I don't think physical harm hurts her as much.
Seiko, what would you like to do?
That makes sense. She's a spirit. Go. Back off. I will attempt to hold her off. Dentist, go ahead and cast your spell. I will stay here and defend us. If I get hit, I get
Who's
hit.
Crombie?
Who is Crombie?
He's going crazy.
I've lost it. Roll a sanity check. Wait, wrong dimension.
He's speaking in tongues.
Yeah, so I will attempt to make a swing at her, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't want to use any more of my spells.
Totally fair.
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit.
Excellent. And 6.
All right.
And then I'll just hold my shield back up, and I will shout to the dentist. Go ahead. Actually, she already made her attack of opportunity. I don't know how that works, so yeah, I'll just stand there and defend us.
Oh yeah, did she get a swing at me as I walked away?
She seemed to be pretty focused on Seku, so she doesn't even take a swing at you. She's pretty upset about that bane on her.
I see.
I have set the ghost. I have set the Scooby-Doo ghost.
Swings.
Jinkies,
right.
get out of the way.
Malice, what would you like to do?
So let's see. I don't really have any other options other than attack. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Go for it.
I'm going to move in to attack. No one is near her at the moment, so I do not get a stealth attack
No, I
or
am.
sneak attack. Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah,
so I do.
yeah, I'm staying right there. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit.
Okay, now here's my attack. 14.
Damn.
And then I will use my bonus action to disengage and get out of the way.
All right. Vindentis.
Yeah. I think hearing Seiku's call, you watch Vindentis pull what seems like an icicle out of his palm and fling it at the ghost here. So I'll make a ranged spell attack.
All right.
That is an 18 to hit.
You definitely hit.
Okie dokie. And then
2.
D10. Let's see. Make sure I'm grabbing the right die here for the first part. All right, that's 5 points of piercing damage, and then I need her to make a dexterity saving throw, and also Seiku to make a dexterity saving throw.
Of course.
She fails hers.
Okay.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh no. 7 points of cold damage to both of them.
Sounds good.
All right. What does this look like when you kill her with your ice knife?
Absolutely. I think Vindentis pulls the icicle out of his hand, flings it at her, and as it strikes, she lets out a scream, a wail that is trapped as she is completely frozen over by the secondary blast of the ice knife.
Beautiful.
And there is just a form left.
I like this. That's a vibe. Awesome. She is down. Also, hello, welcome in, Hops and Dragons. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, raiders. We are currently running a Death House 5e horror one-shot, and we are glad to have you guys here. All right. So, as the room quiets again, and you start to look around and notice where you are, dust and cobwebs shroud this elegantly appointed bedroom and the adjoining nursery. Double doors set with panes of stained glass lead out to a balcony overlooking the front of the house. It is clear that this is the bedroom of the family's nursemaid. It contains a large bed, 2 end tables, and an empty wardrobe. Mounted on the wall next to the wardrobe is a full-length mirror with an ornate wooden frame carved to look like ivies and berries. Again, Malice. If you are paying attention and you're looking around, you notice that, like all the carvings in this house, something's a little bit off. As you see, among some of the berries are also eyeballs. The adjoining nursery contains a crib covered with a hanging black shroud. From within, you can still hear the soft whimpers of the baby.
That's creepy.
That's creepy.
Can I walk up to the ice ghost and hunk over the head? See if it shatters.
You gonna hit her with your mace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give her a whack with your mace.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's a natural one.
You just hit
Okay.
me.
Is there anyone standing by her?
I was still like.
Sorry, bud.
It's okay. I'm still a little frozen, a little bit. Like I was gonna say something, but go ahead and do your thing, and I'll say something.
Well, it was a natural one, so.
No. Don't worry. It happens in my games. I destroy my own players by them rolling ones.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely you don't do anything to her, but yeah, roll damage. Let's see what you do to your buddy.
Well, I got an 8 on that plus 4, so 12 damage.
Damage. Can I roll a dex? Can I
Yes, roll a dex, please.
It's not going to be great. Just for the
Ugh.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna say the
Making
mace
up
like
rules as you go.
Yeah,
it
we're
hits
having
the
fun.
head, but it like
We're having a good time.
bounces back.
Would a 15 dodge out of that?
Yeah. I
So,
would like to
yeah,
see you notice that Fork comes up to try and hit this thing, and you're like already sus because you've seen how he's been in the house so far, and it's just like he's just like a little kid in Wonderland, and you're just kind of like, and as he swings, you're like, oh no, and you just kind of like sidestep out of the way from this.
Yeah, as I was already affected by the ice dagger, which is perfectly fine. Ice knife. I'm little bit of, that cool mist coming off of me, and I see Fork coming over and taking a swing. I just move my shield up and let him hit that, and I'm like,
I'm not very bright. I got a
Careful.
-1 intelligence.
oh. I was just let's not hit our comrades, Fork. You're gonna scare the elf.
I just wanted to hit something.
No, there you
Make
go.
contact.
I
Oh my
understand.
god.
Let's keep exploring this place, I guess. Why does the elf look concerned again? Is there anything we should know?
Malice would have been walking with his rapier drawn towards this crib. See what's happening.
Vindentis close behind Malice.
You said there was eyeballs on the table?
No. They're carved into this very ornate looking mirror. And you wouldn't have noticed them unless Malice pointed them out to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna see if there's anything interesting about this mirror first.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
And
No,
you
you're
still
just
have
saying.
you still have your rapier drawn, right? Like you're concerned.
Yes, I'm probably gonna have my rapier drawn at all moments.
And
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just checking for my own.
just ask the question
Oh.
as well.
Nat 20.
Oh shit. Very
Beautiful.
nice. Very nice. You're kind of like touching the mirror and playing around with it, and you realize that with a little bit of pressure in the right spot, you hear a click, and the mirror slowly swings open to reveal a cobweb-filled wooden staircase.
Malice is gonna walk very far away from the staircase.
Oh. I was gonna say I'm gonna go over there and push him.
Yeah, I was just watching him the whole time. Just as he walks over, then he walks back, and we see the staircase.
I'm gonna unlodge my mace from your shield. Sorry about that.
Did you still want to go check on baby Walter?
I'm not. I'm gonna walk away. I'm too scared of the staircase.
Vindentis definitely will. Would he still have his detect magic up? It should be a 10-minute duration, I think.
Yes. You don't detect any magic. You look down into the crib, and you hear the soft whimpering, and inside it is this black wrapped bundle. Are you going to try to reach for it at all, or?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
As you reach for the bundle, just as you make contact with it to attempt to move the baby, the bundle collapses in on itself and the crying stops.
Observing, seeing you walk over there and then touch that. What did you just do to the child?
It looked like he absorbed him.
There's just a cold gust of wind that blows back toward the party.
Did you absorb the child?
Is that why you look so young?
Vindentis turns back, masked.
Mask on.
Oh yeah, you have a mask.
No, he's not looking young, folk. He has a mask, like a helm.
I'm not a smart man.
I mean, I could show you what I look like under the mask if you'd like, but you may not want to see it. No, I reached for the child, and it seemed to... Perhaps it never was here to begin with. I'm not quite sure. It fell apart right as I touched it. I don't understand.
Are there any remains at all, or is it just empty?
Well, if you'd like to be my guest,
Yeah,
step back.
I will walk over towards you, just next to you, just staring into the crib.
It's just fabric now, just limp fabric laying inside the crib.
Interesting. Well, there's the stairs. That's a new find.
Yeah. I'll walk over to the stairs and kind of peer down with my dark vision if I can see through the cobwebs at least.
So you look up. It is pitch black in there, but you have dark vision, and you look up and you see a hallway that is cluttered with cobwebs, and you see that it kind of turns, and then you cannot see beyond that.
It turns like down or upward.
Up. It's going up.
Upward.
It is leading you up.
I'll look back at the party and, well, shall we go, or shall one of us scope it out, or?
If you go up, I will follow.
I can try to clear the cobwebs so as not to get all of those on your armors.
Do I just see Malice in the back of the room as far as he can, away from it, or?
House is in the corner.
He's doing his best to hold it together.
Why is Malice over there Blair Witching?
I'd imagine he's worried about all these things going on.
All right, what are we doing, gentlemen?
Oh, if the dentist wants to clear out the cobwebs, I'll go ahead and walk up a little bit and see how much further the staircase goes up by like peeking around the corner real quick, like up the stairs.
Yeah, and Vindentis will just try to clear them with a few gust cantrips here and there. Should go about 30 feet, I think.
Perfect. Yeah. You kind of blow some of the major cobwebs about, and it splits enough that you have a clearer passageway to get through.
All right, I'll go. How long until it like curves? Is it like?
Oh! Let me. If you're walking up, I put my hand on your shoulder and I'll give you guidance.
Nice. All right, I will do that. I'll go up and look around the corner. Oh,
you climb. Oh boy. As you climb the attic stairs, choked with dust and thick cobwebs, you hear familiar voices of two children. "Oh, please let us out. We swear to be good," come their muffled cries. "Mother, Father, we're hungry. Please, oh please, let us out." Their voices become louder as you reach the attic, and a padlocked door just ahead rattles under the beating of their tiny fists.
I'm not going to say that they're messing with us, but
it's the same voices as the children from in front of the. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did I'll look down the stairs at the dentist as we're traveling up. Did they come in with us?
No, they said they'd stay on the front step. This is quite odd. Nothing, no kind of magic popping up on Vindentis' senses still.
Nope.
We should let them out, shouldn't we?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. No, probably not. Like, how did
They're
they
children.
go from? Yeah, I'm starting to question that. How many weird things have we ran into? So you just touched a baby that became nothing.
You know what? That's a fair point.
I mean, by all means, Fork, if you wish to go up, proceed and open up, break the padlock off, and enter. I'm here to help, but
I'll peer back down and look at Malice and like looking at you, just making eye contact. Like I give you a look as like, should I do this type?
You're
look.
asking me.
Alice begins to rummage through his pack until he pulls out a flask of holy water. He just holds it tightly in his hand.
And I'm gonna use that as a okay go, and I'm gonna smash the lock.
You're gonna try to smash the lock? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll to hit that thing.
That's
Let's
a natural
see.
20.
Wow. Holy
Nice.
shit.
Stupid lock.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you bust the lock right off that thing. Good job.
Cool. I'm glad I can hit something.
You're good at hitting objects that don't move out of the way. It's impressive.
Oh boy. So yeah, after I do that, I'll take a couple steps back, just in case the door like flies open.
The door doesn't budge. You can still hear the children on the other side crying.
It seems we're at a bit of crossroads here. This place may be preying on our deeper fears. Would we care to take a moment? Perhaps we can gather some further insight from the bones. And Vindentis pulls a pouch of what look like knuckle bones from his belt. It'll just take a minute if we care for some clarification.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Alright.
I like these oddities that you have.
And yeah, I'll step back a little bit more, keep my shield up, like in the middle of the stairs, and then you can do what you do.
All right. Vindentis will take these bones and kind of roll them out onto one of the stairs and take the next minute to cast Augury.
Okay.
And he will ask, should we help these children? Is it in our fortune to help these children?
How does augury work? Do you get like visual cues or auditory cues?
Sure. So my understanding is, as he asks the question, he'll roll the bones, and the GM chooses from one of the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad, or nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad.
Okay. You will get the wheel.
Ah, this is quite the good omen indeed. The bones spell wheel. It's in our interest to help these children. And he'll pack up the bones and walk up to the door to open it.
This room contains a bricked up window. Let me switch to our art screen.
I'll be following you right behind, basically.
The window is flanked by two dusty wood-framed beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its sides, and a dollhouse that's a perfect replica of the dreary edifice in which you stand. Everything is draped in a layer of ancient-looking cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are the two small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing. The smaller of the two cradles a stuffed bear that you also recognize. The voices that you had heard are now silent.
I will pull out my Ankh and have it in my hand.
Vindentis is scanning the room for any kind of magic that might remain with whatever's left of detect magic.
You find no magic. What are you guys doing inside the room?
Did you walk in, dentist?
Yeah, Vindentis
Okay,
will
I will
walk in.
follow and also
I
look
will
around.
definitely walk in, and I will begin to investigate the room if I could.
Yeah. Roll me a perception.
Perception. I get distracted by cobwebs. I rolled an 8.
You don't notice anything. Do you touch anything?
The cobwebs. I just touched the cobwebs.
Just the cobwebs.
Yep. These are interesting. Very old and dusty.
I'll go ahead and take a look around the room.
Yeah.
So perception. 11. So 15.
Awesome. As you're walking around the room, you look down at the dollhouse and you find that it is an exact replica of the house that you're standing in currently. And as you look closer, you notice that there are a set of stairs and a secret door that lead down through the entire house, and what you can only assume goes into the basement. As you're looking at the dollhouse, do you touch anything?
I do not, but is it like open, or is it like, would I be able to see the room that we just fought the ice, or not the ice witch, but like the ghost?
Yeah, you can see that room. You can see the mirror has been opened, and you see the staircase that you went up. You can see the room that you're all standing in now, and that there's a room across the hall from you where this other secret door is located. You also see in there the library that you guys had found, and the secret door that was in there as well.
Okay, my next question is, do I see 3 figures?
No.
In the
No. Mm-mm.
We don't see ourselves.
Yeah,
no, you do not see yourself.
Okay.
No.
I'll go ahead and I'll tell which of you is further down the stairs, or like more outside? Would be Seku, or
I'm definitely in the room. Like I said, I found some interesting cobwebs.
Yeah, I think
What?
Vindentis is probably in the center of the room near the bodies.
Well, I will go down the steps just a little bit and yell at Malice, "It's safe to come up." I'm assuming that he's still in the room and he hasn't snuck behind me.
Yes.
He's right behind you, just right here.
Yeah, I'm looking down like, safe to come up. I'll turn around. He's like right there.
Malice is still standing in the corner, holding the holy water and his rapier.
Went away. Hold on.
Fork, do you tell anyone about what you see?
Of the dollhouse? Yeah. I'll let the 2 that were in there with me know. I don't know what happened to my camera. Hold on.
What, a dollhouse? What? thought it was just Shaka for a moment. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was just Shaka for a moment. Oh,
I don't know what.
Good
I don't know what
news.
happened.
It apparently doesn't move us in the frames. So that's nice.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I think as Forik is working on camera stuff,
Yeah.
I think Vindentis will kind of approach the bodies. How long does it look like they have been here?
They are bones at this point, with cobwebs pretty much sealing them to the floor. So you can assume that they've been here for a very long time.
I think Vindentis will just kind of kneel down and touch one hand on the teddy bear and say, "I'm sorry we were too late to help, little ones."
As you touch the teddy bear, the two children appear to you in the middle of the room. They look much like the nursemaid did that you just fought, but they don't show any malice. They both look quite sad. And the little boy who is clutching his now ghost teddy bear kind of steps back, and he's very shy. But Rose steps forward, and she kind of gives you a little curtsy, and she says, "You found us. Thank you so much."
I'm sorry we couldn't help your little brother, Walter.
It's okay. He was never really alive. Walter never really existed. He was born dead. And we've been in here for such a very long time. So long. The basement. You have to go to the basement. It's the only way. It's the only way to let us get out of here for good. To free us. That monster's still down there.
We will do that, won't we? And Vindentis will look back to the rest of the party.
Yes, we will.
Do we all see the app?
Yeah, you all see
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, definitely. I would.
Does Malice see them?
Yeah.
Did he come up?
Dumping the holy water on himself.
He's down there taking a bath with the
Yeah,
holy
he's protect me. Yeah, of course we should figure out how can we free you? Do you need to be buried in a? Perhaps you have a family crypt, or...
You must beat the house. You must kill the monster in the basement. End our suffering. Free us.
To the basement. What is the best route, little one? Can you show us?
She's gonna crouch down by the dollhouse that Forik had been inspecting. And she points to the secret room and the stairwell that leads down through the house. It is in the room directly across from where you're standing now. Just there. Those stairs will lead you down there.
Do you know that your little child voice sounds like the freaking Red Queen from Resident Evil?
You're welcome.
I
You're
will
all going to
go.
die down here.
I will go straight to the door that she pointed to go in.
I will follow.
We're just leaving Malice down there.
Malice, did you ever enter the? Where are you, Malice?
I'm still in
are
the
you?
room with the baby. I'm standing in the
There
corner.
is no baby.
We need it.
The one with
Did we notice?
the banshee?
Did we notice that he's not with us? Like, should we roll perception? That'd be hilarious.
I mean, I would think you would look around and notice that he's not there.
Do Dentist, perhaps you want to go convince the elf to join us. He is a little worried.
Indeed.
You seem to be a little softer in voice.
Oh, of course. I'll go bring him here, and Vindentis will head down the stairs.
Real quick, Forik, you were already walking out of the room, right?
Well, I was walking to the door to go in, but I didn't get there yet. If we're
to go into the other room.
Yes.
Okay, so as you're leaving the children's bedroom, little Thornbold just takes a running bolt at you, and he has this look of just horror and dread on his face, and as he's running at you, he says, "I'm so frightened, please don't leave me." And I need you to make a let's see, I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
Oh no.
I got a natural 1.
Those of you who are standing in the room see this, and as Thornbold reaches Forik, his spirit just goes right inside of him, and suddenly Forik is no longer Forik. You have now been possessed by the child ghost of Thornbold Durst.
Nice.
And I am going to send you a little thing on Discord real quick.
Sweet.
You just saw that. Did you see what just happened there, Dentist?
Vindentis is down the stairs.
Oh no, it's just me in the room.
Yeah.
Why is the tiefling always try to kill me?
As this happens, Rose kind of just dissipates out of existence.
That's beautiful. Save me, possess my friend. I guess with that, I would attempt to approach my friend Fork and hold my ankh to his forehead and release my friend, please.
I would like you to make an intimidation check, please.
Oh God.
I was gonna say as he approaches,
Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Forik, you feel the spirit of Thornbold release you and slip from your body and back into the void.
Oh, thank God.
What was that?
You okay? You let the child touch you and it went inside you and bless
Phrasing.
the Raven Queen. Go.
All right, so let's move over to Vindentis. You're going down the stairs to attempt to talk some bravery into our good friend Malice.
Indeed. I think Vindentis will head down the stairs, and where is Malice standing in the room? Does he see Vindentis coming down?
Yes, he's standing in the furthest corner from the stairs.
Okay. Malice, it's perfectly safe up here. There's 2 little children, completely harmless. We found them. They just want a little bit of help, and they've pointed us in the direction we need to go, I think. Would you care to join us?
Malice raises his rapier just slightly, and it's trembling in his hands. I told you there was something strange about those kids.
Indeed. Seems like a terrible fate befell them. For what it's worth, I think they are quite kind. They're not malevolent by any means. I don't think they'd try to force their will upon any of us.
Spoilers. Good. Fine. Where would you like us to go?
I think we're just right upstairs.
I was gonna say, as you finish telling them that, you hear a, "What was that? What happened to me?" Coming down from the stairs.
Yeah, you just hear hear me sitting there. You were possessed by the child for a moment.
Ugh. Where's he at? Start just swinging my morning star.
Okay. Put the morning star down. Please stop just swinging it about. Act a fool.
No, calm down a little bit, but I'm still like looking around.
So wait for the dentist to come up with our elf friend. He's a little skittish.
I'll point my mace at you and be like, "Don't tell them what happened."
I mean, if I mention it, it's just gonna terrify one of them, and we let's just keep it between us, I guess.
Yes, you're gonna scare Malice away if you tell them.
I don't want to do that. And I'll put my hand on your shoulder and cast guidance.
I think at this point you see Vindentis like hobbling up the stairs, cane in hand, as he's moving up with I'm assuming Malice came with.
Yes, he still has his rapier and holy water in his hands, just in case.
Back with the party. I believe we are venturing forth.
As you make your way toward the basement's secret entrance, you must pass through a large storage room. This chamber is packed with old furniture, all draped in dusty white sheets. And near the room's center is an open wooden trunk containing the skeletal remains of a woman wrapped in a tattered bedsheet and stained with dry blood.
This house is full of corpses.
Boy.
Just tons of dead people.
Just corpses everywhere. None of them laid the rest correctly. It's
Now you are
slightly irritating, but to each your own.
Love you.
As you mentioned before, nobles are quite peculiar, aren't they?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, but with what we've seen so far, I feel like it's not real. Something about this is unnerving to an extent, but don't touch the bones if any of you are getting too close. Please leave them alone.
Does anyone look at them or get a closer look at them?
As well, sure.
Yeah. Make me a medicine check.
Medicine. Let's see here. Ooh, proficient at that. Okay. That is 14 plus 4 for 18.
Wonderful. As you're looking at the bones and you see the bed sheet, you can kind of piece together that this woman was most certainly stabbed to death. And you can see a bit of fabric coming out from the trunk as well. And it looks very familiar. You believe this to be the nursemaid from the room downstairs.
Vindentis will share as much with the party.
Should we keep looking around this room then? If you suspect that's the maid, perhaps we'll find other.
How big was this little storage room? Was it just 10 by 10 or?
I mean, it's a pretty sizable room. It's pretty large. I would say maybe double a 10 by 10, about 20 by 20.
Okay. And it just looks like it's like furniture.
Yeah,
covered in-
yeah. It's just a bunch of like furniture, like you probably see some mannequins, like dress forms, mirrors, things like that. Everything's just kind of covered in white sheets, and it's all coated with that same cobwebbing that seems to be everywhere in these upper floors.
I'm gonna look at Seku. You don't suppose these are all ghosts, are you? Or do you?
I don't think all of them are ghosts.
And I point over at the mannequin looking one.
Let's just be safe and not touch them. I feel like that's probably the best action. I mean, do we all agree? I'll look at the rest of the party.
I'm gonna continue walking. I'm gonna continue walking forward, my hands up, not touching anything.
All right. You see just beyond where the trunk is that you found, there's that door that leads down to the set of stairs that Rose pointed out to you would be the way to get into the basement. The door doesn't have any kind of locks on it that you can see.
But I'm great at hitting locks.
Yes. So it's just all brawn, no brains.
Are you attacking the door again? Is that what you're saying? You're just
Nope.
gonna attack the door? Okay.
I will walk up to the door and I will. Does it have a knob to turn? And is it push or pull?
To the push.
Slides
For you to
up.
find out.
Okay,
It's
I will
trap
turn the
door.
knob. I'll
Yeah.
turn the knob and push. Does it open?
I'm just seeing that like the cartoon of like the gifted school. Who did that? Where it's like the little boy pushing on the door, but it says pull on it. That's you. That is Forik.
Yes, it is.
The door opens with ease. You have no issues. You look
Okay.
inside and you see kind of like a spiral staircase going down.
Filled with cobwebs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I will ask Vindentis if he could use his gust again, or to clear the.
Oh, certainly. I can gust away, and we are heading downward to this basement, to this place where this monster is purported to be. I could have something potentially scout ahead for us somewhat. Not very far, but a little ways. If we think it could be valuable, or we could keep moving.
Yeah, I would. By all means, scouting ahead sounds like a plan.
Okay. Vindentis will cast Unseen Servant. And we'll just have it moving, this is a spiral staircase.
Yep.
He'll just command it to keep a fair distance from us. Hopefully if there's any traps or anything within this house, it'll be the first to trigger them. It can't actually report back, I don't think.
Is it like familiar where you can like see through its eyes kind of thing?
Not
Nope.
at all.
No, it's just a little ding dong that goes first and catches traps.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you guys going to follow this down?
I
No, I
will.
follow
Yeah.
Fork.
Yes.
I'm not following the.
All right, Forik, you're gonna go down with it.
Now, to be fair, it is unseen, but it should be about 15 to 20 feet ahead of you at any given point in time. I've given it an order, so you should be okay. Just fine. I'll be in the back.
The stairs are a narrow wooden spiral that creak and moan under your footsteps as you descend deep into the house. The walls encasing you are mortared stone, coated in centuries worth of dust and draped in thickened cobwebs. Every moment in this small space feels like an eternity until at last you are greeted by a sizable room carved out of the very earth which resides beneath the house.
Now you are vampire.
Thick wooden beams overhead support tall ceilings of stone. The raw dirt beneath your feet is damp and peppered in bones. Small alcoves of straw beds line 3 of the walls, and a wooden table sits at its center. Pewter plates and goblets, parchment, old books, and dried up inkwells litter the table, and there's a small altar situated beneath the image of a gaunt, pale-faced man wearing a voluminous black cloak. His pale left hand resting on the head of a wolf that stands next to him. In his right hand, he holds a smoky gray crystal orb. It looks as though many may have lived and worshipped in this place long ago.
Right here.
Thank you so much, guys, for the hype train. Hell yeah. If we get a good enough hype train going on, I'd like to break my... Huh? My
That skeleton.
Oh, no, the skeleton's the best. House on Haunted Hill, man. Such a good movie.
Yeah.
If we could break my record, we are going to raffle off an original piece of artwork from the game tonight. So hopefully we can get there. And thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Gasumba. Duro, also, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Sorry, I missed that. Bones, thank you for the gifted subs. Phantom, thank you for the subs. Wandering, thank you so much for the cheer. So your unseen servant does not find any traps. When you get down there, assuming that the party all followed down, it's quiet. It's very still. You just kind of come into this big room. Is everyone going to follow Forik down?
I hope so.
Yes. Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly.
Come on, Malice. It's not that bad.
So you said it was a painting of the pale guy, or was it?
Yes. So, Vindentis, you go down there.
Absolutely.
As soon as you see this image above the altar, you recognize him immediately as Strahd.
Now you are vampire.
That's the gentleman who wrote the letter from before.
Do you know him?
Well, I've heard stories, tales, read some of the histories, but I've never met him. Woe to us if we did.
Yeah, you can tell by looking at this altar beneath him. There's several candles, some long burned, others half burned, but the top of it's just covered in wax. You can see offerings of clumps of hair, small vials of red, murky substance, and pieces of gold atop this altar before this image.
Like gold coins, or
Yeah, gold coins.
I'd like to walk up to where the gold coins are.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God.
And I'm gonna... How many pieces of gold are there?
There's about a handful of gold there. So I'd say at least like 6 pieces of gold on this altar.
As he goes to touch, I'm going to smack his hand. No.
I was gonna split it.
No, this isn't valuables that we should take.
As you all are distracted, fiddling over this altar, you hear a rustling from the straw in the alcoves behind you. And two hooded figures slowly shamble from the depths of an alcove. They're wearing black linen robes, moth-eaten and tattered, with a thick rope tied about each of their waists. As they move closer, you catch a glimpse of their horrifying faces against the light. Green skin and thick pus oozes from the bone of their skulls, filling the air with a sickly scent of their rotten flesh. And I would like everybody to roll a Constitution save.
Oh.
I have foreseen this. I'm going to give Malice a 16 with one of my portents.
Awesome. Malice
you.
passes.
I was rolling a 12 on that, so
Okay.
Yeah. I got a 17.
So did I.
I
I got a 17 as well.
All right.
I got a 5.
Oh no.
I hate to break it to you, Vindentis, but you spend this first round puking your brains out. You are absolutely, the smell, the look, everything is just so overwhelming to your senses that you instantly just lose it.
Yeah, I think Vindentis doubles over, pawing at the mask, trying to get it off as he is.
Oh god!
I feel like this is perfect for your character too.
It's just filling up the mask.
Would you like to describe to everybody what they see as you're pulling this mask away?
Yeah, as he kind of rips the mask away, you realize it was just a cover kind of pulled back with a rope band. You see a terribly burned face beneath. Talking like Freddy Krueger level of burns, right? Completely, at one point or another, have been engulfed in flames. There are no eyelids covering the eyeballs. They just stare out. Piercing blue.
What a guy.
You also said at the beginning that you had like something that was like wounded or something.
He had bandages on his arms.
Bandages.
Things like that. He was changing his bandages.
Okay.
All right, so everybody roll to smooch Vindentis. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Insomnia, I'm going to have you roll initiative for me. 6-sided dice, please.
Rolled a 19 on that smooch, by the way.
Oh, I got a 1.
Wow, I got a 2. I thought for sure you were going to beat me, bud. Well. All right. So, the first ghoul is going to go for Rad, who he sees fiddling with their altar. He is not happy about that.
Zoinks.
And that's okay because I roll a 2 and he most certainly misses. The second one is going to go for Seku, who is attempting to stop Forik. A 17.
Just misses. I have 18 AC.
Nope, just kidding. Plus 4, so it would be 21. So I imagine I do.
Hits, yeah.
Definitely hit.
Rigged.
I like how that was like, oh, it's just a 17. Oh, wait, plus 4.
Yeah, I forgot my plus to hit on there. All right. He is going to slash at you with his clawed skeleton hands, and he catches you for 5 damage. I'm also going to have you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
A 9.
All right, you are now paralyzed for a minute, my friend.
Amazing.
Sorry about that.
And just
All
before
right.
just as I start to like freeze, I just look at Fork. I'm like, "Told you not to," and just stop moving.
All right. Rad, Forik, what do
Me.
you do?
Boy. So one missed me, so he's right there, and then the other one's next to me also.
Mm-hmm.
And he's frozen? Or he's...
I can't move.
Yeah, Seiko is currently paralyzed from the scratch that this creature has given him.
Just looking at all my stuff real quick. I will go ahead and try to hit the one that hit me. 12 plus 4, was that 16?
Yeah, you hit.
Hey, I hit something. 1 plus 4, so 5 damage.
Nice. All right. Seiko, you are currently paralyzed. Well, it's you can go ahead and roll again on that Constitution saving throw. You get to roll at the end of each of your turns. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. No. That was a 3.
Buddy,
no.
oh no. Okay. Moving on to Malice. Malice, what are you doing?
Are they standing next to each other?
Yeah. So basically, Forik and Seku are at the altar, and these two cultist figures came and attacked them because they saw them fiddling with the altar. So they're all 4 kind of standing together right now.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my holy water at the nearest one, I guess. So it's an improvised weapon attack.
Okay.
So I'm using strength instead of dexterity.
Okay.
And it deals 1d4 damage.
Okay.
So that's a 16.
Yep, that hits.
Okay.
Are you throwing it at the one that's currently on Forik or the one on Seku?
Let's go on Forik.
Okay.
So it deals 3 damage, and then if they're undead, I deal an additional 2d6 damage from the holy water.
Yes, they are certainly undead.
Okay. So they'll both take holy water or radiant damage because they're within 5 feet of each other.
Perfect.
That's 5 damage.
5 damage each. And what was the first damage you rolled?
3.
3. All right.
That is Mouse's turn.
All right. Vindentis, what do you do?
Is Vindentis still retching?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. This was the first round. So yeah, you are currently incapacitated. We will get back to you on the next round. All
No
right. Seku, give me another roll, please. Oh no, you lost the last one.
Yeah. I lost the last.
Okay, so Vindentis, give me an initiative roll. 6-sided die.
Oh no, that's a 2.
I rolled a 1, so go ahead.
Okay.
We will start at the top of the line again. Let's go for Forik. What are you doing?
Is anybody looking bad? Health-wise?
Health-wise, Vindentis is fine, but he looks bad.
I think you have the most damage done to you right at this point.
Do I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then I will not. Oh no, that wouldn't be for somebody else. Never mind. I'll just go ahead and whack him.
Same guy again?
Yeah.
Perfect.
13 plus 4, 17.
Yep, that's a hit.
3 plus 4, so 7.
7 damage. Awesome. He is looking real rough at this point. Just these like horrible gurgling sounds are coming from him. All right. Seikyu, you want to give us another con save? See if you can get out that paralysis of yours.
He's so angry right now.
Feel like Rad's
God.
gonna die.
A 10. A 10.
Hey, you saved!
Oh, yes!
Yeah!
Like right then, he just unfreezes. He's like, touch things! Don't touch things!
Malice, what do you do?
Okay, I'm going to. So, did I see that Seku was altered by being near these creatures?
He was paralyzed by getting clawed by the monster.
Okay, then that won't be too much of a concern for Malice. So
Yeah.
he will just go in with his rapier now.
Okay. You're attacking which one?
The one that was attacking Seku.
Perfect.
I rolled a 3.
That does not hit, I'm afraid.
Okay, I will use cunning action to disengage and move away.
Awesome. Vindentis, what do you do?
Vindentis will look at the two that are still standing and cast Frostbite at the one who was focusing on Seku.
All right.
So they'll need to make a con save.
Okay. A 15 on the dice.
They will succeed. So I don't think they take any damage. Yep, no effect.
All right.
Versus.
And the one that was attacking our poor tiefling man is going to strike at him with his claws. Does an 18 hit?
Yep.
All right.
You know what it feels like.
He is going to do 7 damage to you, and I need you to make a Constitution save for me.
15 plus 4 is 19.
You save easily. The second one is going to bite at Seku. And he misses. All right. Vindentis, give me another initiative roll, please.
You got it. That's a 3.
You beat me. I got a 2.
Okay.
My initiative rolls have been shit all night. All right. Forik, what are you doing?
I'm going to do bonus action second wind, and I regain 1d10 plus 3 health.
All right.
That's a 5, so I regain 8. All right. And then for my attack, I will go ahead and just take another swing at the one that's in my face.
All right.
Natural 19 for a, 23?
Nice. You definitely hit.
5 damage.
Describe to us how you end the life of this disgusting, rotting skeleton of an undead in front of you.
I'm going to take the deep breath, regain the health, and then I'm going to wind up and just crack like right under the chin and come up with it, knocking its head off and making it fly across the room.
I like this. Beautiful.
Beautiful hit. Beautiful.
As you do that, just that pus just like explodes out, and you see little worms like falling out of the orifice before he collapses like a sack of potatoes to the ground. Seku, what do you do?
I'll look at Forik and be like, impressive. And
I bow.
he's just gonna think about, have we hit the other one?
Yes. It's only had one hit on it.
We've damaged it. I would like to. I will cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
It needs to make a Wisdom saving throw of 13.
He does not save.
7 damage.
7 damage. All right.
Nice.
Nice. Crikey.
Malice, what do you do?
Okay, I'm going to move in to strike this guy with my rapier.
All right.
8 plus 5 is 13.
You hit.
Okay. It is next to an enemy. I get sneak attack. Ooh, so 15. 8 plus 6 plus 1.
Damn. Describe to us how you end the life of this disgusting looking zombie creature.
Malice will plunge his rapier
there you are.
through its eye socket and quickly rip it out.
Wonderful. As you do that, more pus just flings out of his face, and worms wriggle and fall out, and he drops next to his companion. And once again, the room goes silent. As you look around in this room, you can see that there are only 2 exits. One of them is a very long, very small, dark hallway. And the other one is a door. From beneath the door, you can see just the tiniest bit of this brilliant, beautiful, glowing light. It almost looks ethereal. And it's kind of twinkling underneath the door. What would you like to do?
Vindentis will start by just grabbing his mask and putting that back on.
I want to scrape out some of the vomit.
Yeah, you see he rubs it on the bandages, and then
I feel like that's not okay.
So you said there's there's mist coming from under the door? Is that what you said?
No, it's like this ethereal, shimmering light. It's very beautiful.
Okay. Malice will pull out a steel mirror from his pack.
Okay.
And he will go over and see if he can see from the other side, I guess, with his mirror.
You're kind of gonna like do the like slide it under the door.
Yeah.
As you do this, you realize that the door frame is so small that once you get half of the mirror over there, you can't really you can't see anything. It's too tight in there to be able. Yeah.
All right. Well, Malice is out of ideas.
Do you have any more of that holy water?
Holy water.
Holy water.
I used all of it trying to save you.
Oh, I appreciate it. What do you think we do, gentlemen? Do we continue forward? Do we take door number 1, or?
I could always consult the bones again.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. Take about a minute to pull out the knuckle bones and cast augury once more.
As he's doing that, I would like to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. Just let me know what that ends up being.
9 hit points.
Nice.
You look into the bones, and there's no definitive answer that you can discern from them. Things look neither good nor bad for you. It's a bit of a neutral response that you receive. So in looking at them, you know that nothing horrible could happen to you, but there's no great treasure on the other side.
Vindentis will share as much with the party and just share. It may not be against our better interest to look into this light coming from this door before we move on.
Let us continue through the door then, for the Raven Queen.
While they're conversing, can I quickly try to swipe a couple coins off the altar?
You motherfucker.
Yeah,
Swear to
yeah.
God.
Are you trying to make it sneaky?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll sleight of
That'd be-
hand. What do you got?
14.
My passive perception is 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure Malice sees you do this. What about everybody else? What's your passive perception sitting at?
My passive's a 15.
Mine is
shit.
12.
Okay,
I
so
see
everybody but
this.
Vindentis sees you do
Ugh.
this.
Why? Why must you touch things that don't belong to you? Just put it back. Like.
I have it in my hand. I'm looking up. Rolls his eyes, puts it back,
Thank
and
you.
starts walking towards.
You don't need to run into
the
every place and just
stupid
grab
door.
things, okay? Stupid. Always looking for treasure. There's plenty of it. I'm sure we'll find something for you to take.
Gold is the best thing to take.
I mean, that's a good argument.
Some may argue that the best thing to take is caution.
I like this. I like you. You're a wise one. Listen to him, folk. Pay attention to him.
I love how you keep calling me Fork.
Don't worry about it.
I'll walk up to the door. And Ballas, you're standing next to the door?
Yes, I would be at that point.
All right. I'll ask, did you see anything through your mirror?
I couldn't get a good angle. We may have to open the door.
Is there a lock on this door?
Yeah. Are you going to? Do you want to try to open the door?
Is there like a deadbolt or whatever on the...
It is
lock on it?
locked. It is locked. If you try the handle, it is locked. Yes.
Anybody capable of picking locks? Cough, cough, Duro.
Malice will quietly step away from the door. Sort of back away. Very slowly.
I take it you can't... Oh, boy.
You've been beating doors all night. Just go ahead and start with this one again.
I mean, if you want to give us a sleight of hand, and try to...
Me?
Yeah, you.
What
From
would I
across,
have?
from across the room, Malice will throw his thieves' tools at the door.
Cool.
Throw
I'll
'em
pick
at the
them
door.
up.
You're just.
I'll pick them up and attempt. Is there any bonus? Like, is it just...
No, you don't get
A
any
sleight of hand?
bonus. Yeah, roll
Okay.
sleight of hand.
6.
I don't even think he knows what a thieves' tools are.
Oh
These are too tiny for my hands. I'm like 6'6", like 300 pounds. So they're like,
Yeah, I'm afraid that does not open the door.
as long as they're not broke. I look at them, look over at Malice, and
I'll walk up and let me see those and let me give it a try and I'll attempt. You want me to slide a hand?
Yeah.
Oh, 19.
Oh! You unlocked the door, sir.
And then I push him. I push Fork through. You first.
As the door opens.
would you be able to push me through?
Oh no. A pair of glowing apparitions stand at the center of a small room, which contains a large wood-framed bed with a rotted feather mattress, a wardrobe, and an old wooden footlocker. The two figures, a man and woman, turn to face you with ghastly grins and gaping holes for eyes.
Our pets have made it so very far, Gustav. Yes, they certainly have, my love. Come, we have such sights to show you.
Definitely happy I pushed you through the door.
I'm gonna turn back real quick. There's more of them.
With that, the apparitions fly towards you in a great gust of ice-cold wind, passing through you and freezing you to your very core as they dissipate into the darkness beyond. I would like a con save from everyone, and Vindentis will get advantage on this one.
Con save, I like those. 15. 21 for me.
All right.
I rolled the 1.
I rolled a 14.
Oh no! With advantage, Vindentis got a nat 20.
Damn, nice. All right.
The other was a 5,
Beautiful.
so thank you.
Or Malice.
All right. Malice, you're going to take 1 point of cold damage.
1 whole point. Okay.
1 whole point. Yeah, my roll was fucking trash on that. All right.
Yeah.
What say ye?
It's concerning.
Oh,
Is that all you have to say?
The word concerning, yes. Frightful, terrifying. I'm trying not to make you run away.
I suppose the good news is they're no longer in that room. So,
On a positive note, yes.
silver lining.
Yeah.
By the way, did anyone else find that quite refreshing? That cold wind?
You see me shivering a little bit. Kind of.
Don't much like the cold.
I will walk through the threshold of the door. And you said there was a
Footlocker?
footlocker?
Yep, there's
Then I'll look
there's a wardrobe and there's a footlocker. And
I'm
bed.
gonna look for a new pair of shoes in the footlocker.
Oh, okay.
I will walk up and see if I'll check for traps on the footlocker.
I'll cast guidance on him as he walks through the door.
You don't find anything odd about the footlocker, and when you open it up, there's just a quilt inside, a few candles, and some pieces of gold.
I will grab the gold.
All right. You get 5 pieces of gold. Just stealing gold from everybody.
I'll look over at Sekou and be like, I didn't take it from the
Nah.
altar this time.
Keep
And I'll put it in
Yeah,
a
see,
pouch.
I told you you'd find treasure. Just don't take it from altars or tombstones and things of that sort.
And then now I'll get up and scan the room. Is there anything that looks out of place?
Nope. No, everything, it's kind of the same of what was going on upstairs. Everything's very old, very dusty, but it just looks like a bedroom. I will say that the apparitions you saw, you would recognize them as the Durst mother and father from the portrait that you had seen in the hallway of the house upstairs.
Am I the only one in this room? Did anybody else come in?
We know Malice is not in the room.
Malice is
Malice is pulling another Blair Witch.
I'm
Somewhere in the room.
I'm about to tie my rope around my waist and his waist. Pull him with me.
That's great. I'll as he enters, now he's looking around. I will now enter the room. Well, what do you see? And then can I roll perception? Look around.
Yeah.
Does everybody else come in also?
13.
Yeah, you don't find anything out of the normal in here.
Malice, you seem to spot things. You mind taking a peek in here? Pretty please.
Malice slowly walks backwards into the room with his rapier pointed to the room that he just came from. Begins scanning. So I'll use a perception. It is a 14.
You notice nothing out of the usual, just a dirty old dusty room.
If I flick a gold coin at you, Malice, will you enter the room with us?
Alice just did.
I thought you said walking
He's
backwards.
in the room.
He was
I
walking
thought you said walk
backwards.
back. Oh, walked in.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
All right, gentlemen. All you have left is the hallway.
And I think Vindentis will send his unseen servant down the hallway first. There's a door at the end of the hallway, is that right?
No, it's very
hallway.
long, very dark, and you can't, even Forik would not be able to see the end of this hallway.
Okay, we'll bring the dancing lights again and just send the unseen servant forward first.
Yeah, your unseen servant passes through, and you hear nothing back, since it's not like a familiar, so you can't see through his eyes or anything. You just know that there's definitely no traps that he hits along the way in the hallway.
The good news is, I don't think it could scream if it was in pain, so I think we're safe to go down. I didn't hear anything. I think we're all right.
I'm gonna push Seku down the hall.
All right, I'll lead this time. It's fine. Let's go.
I'm willing to take the lead if you'd like.
Oh,
It's no trouble.
I'm already pushing him down.
No, it's fine. Yeah, as I'm being pushed, I'm just saying it's fine. I'm going. Just get Malice. Make sure he follows along. Don't let him run off upstairs.
All right. Seku, you are the first to enter. The hall before you is long and foreboding. Carved from bare earth, spindly roots poke out from its ceiling and sides, woven together with gossamer threads of webbing. Upon entering, you begin to hear a faint chanting, which grows louder and louder as you make your way down the narrow passage. He is ancient, He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land.
Yeah. I assume we could all hear that.
Everyone who enters this hall hears it immediately, yes.
It's not going to help me, but I would like to move silently and probably we should all probably move a little more stealthy.
Oh, boy.
Good call.
All right. You all want to, I mean, there's really nowhere to hide. This is like, it's very, very thin and narrow. So you guys are going to have to walk single file through here. So give me an order. What's our order look like?
Well, it's going to be...
Seiku's first.
I'm second, and I'm a big boy, so I'm assuming whoever's behind me is going to be...
It's me.
Pretty covered.
Malice is just perpetually cowering in your shadow.
It's like to your back. He's to your back with his rapier out. Like...
Would you like to jump in my backpack and I can carry you?
All right. Seiku, you are first to make it to the end of the hall in which you come across a room. And as you step over the threshold, abruptly the chanting stops. And you peer into this 40-foot square room of smooth masonry walls. Featureless stone pillars supporting the ceiling. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling, and stairs on either side of the threshold lead up to the stone ledges that hug the walls around you. In the middle of the room, more stairs rise to form a rectangular dais. Rusty chains holding shackled corpses dangle from the ceiling directly above a stone altar mounted atop the dais. The bodies are sliced from neck to navel, and their innards soak the stone below, which has been lit by dozens of candles and holds a pair of dirtied ritual blades.
I turn towards Oric and do not touch anything, please. Please, just... I know you like sharp, shiny things and shiny things, but just leave them alone. And the chanting stopped, which is also a concern. And yes, I'm saying the word again. Malice, I know you could hear me. Let's be cautious and I don't know, examine this place as thoroughly as possible. Then I will venture in and kind of go off to the side, leaving room for them to enter.
I will try my best not to grab or touch anything.
All right, what is everybody doing in this room?
I'd like to examine it for any, I guess,
Okay.
further clues as to what's going on in here.
All right,
Yeah.
where are you going? What are you examining?
I'm not trying to touch anything, but the center.
Okay, so are you gonna walk up to the like on the dais, like walk up and look at the altar, basically?
Yeah.
All right.
Trying my best to not touch anything.
I'll walk up with him and also do like a look-sies.
As you what?
I was just going to say Vindentis is going to walk up as well, but try to discern the nature of the ritual.
Okay.
Malice is gonna hide.
Where are you hiding, Malice?
Yeah, where are you
Just
going?
behind some of the corpses.
He just lays down.
I guess
if I
you
can.
could. There are like these massive stone pillars. You could definitely hide behind a stone pillar for sure.
Okay, I'll just be hiding so I can see if anything comes up to us.
Just peeking behind a pillar.
Yep. I'm also
Amazing.
holding a flask of oil.
Oh God.
By the way.
Okay. All right.
Do you have a flask of ale with you as well?
The chanting rises once more as 13 dark apparitions appear on the ledges overlooking the room. Each one resembles a black-robed figure holding a torch, but the torch's fire is black and seems to draw light into it. Where you would expect to see their faces are voids. One must die, they chant over and over. One must die. One must die. From the dark depths overhead, a great orb of rotting, scaled flesh slowly begins its descent. A single massive eye splits open and pierces the darkness. Pus, oozing from its bottom lid, drips into a gaping maw of blackened, razor-sharp teeth. 7 putrid eye stalks writhe about the beast's decaying body, some in which the eyes sag from their sockets, held only by thin tendrils of exposed nerves, one missing an eye entirely. As it sinks closer towards the altar, worms wriggle from every orifice, and a few breaking free, bursting into a wretched black goo against the stone below.
Give us a sacrifice, or we'll tear your soul apart.
Are there any... Oh gosh, I like the art. That art is amazing.
There's your boy. Thank you.
So cute.
Wow.
What a guy.
Oh, man.
Okay.
You can see Malice behind the pillar, extremely scared. As like I said before, today's his death day, so he knows he's gonna die today. So, yeah.
See what we can do here.
Yeah.
All right, can I roll to see if there's anything else in this room? Perhaps other than us, that like a mouse or a rat?
You can roll.
What do you want me to roll? Perception?
Give me a perception, yeah.
– 13.
You see nothing but the 4 of you.
I mean, I barely see Malice. Just eyeballs peeking behind a pillar. Well, that's still approaching, so course of action.
I'll walk away from the altar with my shield up, just ready for whatever's gonna happen next.
If one must die, why not it be it? And Vindentis will point at the thing approaching.
We could surely try. I feel like... Oh, man.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Frantically looking around, you said there was like sacrificial daggers on the ground? By the altar?
They're on the altar, yeah. There's a pair of them.
I would like to attempt to grab one and actually cut my hand and let the blood drip onto the altar.
Yeah, you can do that. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he'll we'll just see him walk up. Go ahead.
So describe what you do to everyone.
Yeah, I will just walk up to the altar and very fearful here as this I'm guessing it's an undead beholder. Don't quite know what it is coming down, and I'll look back at them and I'll reluctantly grab the dagger and then cut my hand and then kind of touch the altar.
As you do this, The monster above you laughs.
God damn.
We want to sacrifice. Give us one of your souls, or I will take them all.
What are you gonna do, boys?
Man.
At that point, I will. Oh, go ahead.
How close is it?
He's pretty much just at this point hovering above this altar now.
Don't have much left.
So it's just you two up there right now because I backed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll look over to the dentist and I could try something. I have no idea this will work. I'll look up and I will attempt to cast guided bolt at it.
Okay. That's what we're gonna do?
I mean, no one else is saying anything.
I mean,
Vindentis is nodding. Yes.
I was
Okay.
gonna say if you didn't have anything, I had something in my head, but
All right. I
for it.
believe our initiative is back to Forik. So Forik, please roll initiative for me.
5.
You beat me. You may go first. I will start with Seku since he is so brave.
I don't
Or
know if it's
stupid.
brave.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't want to. I don't want to kill one of them. And if I sacrifice myself, that doesn't make sense because I'm the cleric.
You're the-
I'm like.
If you want to keep the same order, I could go first with my idea, but
If you want to.
it's up to her. if
It's
she
up
wants
to- yeah,
go.
it's up
Oh no, Seku, you're
Okay, yeah,
you're close.
I'll-
you're
yeah.
threatening it, so you get to go first, bud. It's all you.
I mean, I'm not threatening, and I'm not like you there.
You just said you're gonna throw a
You said you
I
were
mean-
gonna throw a guiding
yeah,
bolt at him.
yeah.
I feel like that's
Guiding
pretty
bolt.
threatening.
Yeah, does a 13 hit?
No.
Yeah, so I launch a guiding bolt, and it just
Oh no.
misses.
He laughs at you some more.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I see how this will end. Foolish mortals, you had your chance. Now die, and I will feast on your souls for all eternity.
All right. Vindentis, you are up there alongside Seku. What would you like to do?
Vindentis will use frostbite to
Okay.
force it to make a con saving throw.
All right. He fails.
Fails. Okay.
Yeah.
He will take 6 points of cold damage and has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay.
And Vindentis is gonna stand there.
Oh boy. Oh, Auric, what would you like to do?
How close to the altar is he? Like, he's floating.
He's basically just hovering on top of it, pretty much. If you wanted to come and like hit him, you could reach him. He shows no fear of you guys at all.
If I wanted to run and launch myself off the altar to swing at him, or actually not swing at him, but cast. Oh, I can't do it. I already did it. Yeah, just give him a whack. But I want to run, jump, and try to come down with my Morning Star.
Yeah.
Do I need to make like an acrobatics or anything?
Yeah. Let's see how
athletics.
fancy you get with it. Let's do your strengths focus. I'll give you athletics. Yeah, make an athletics.
Minus 13, 17, 19.
Nice.
Athletics.
All right. Go ahead and roll your hit too.
14?
you're definitely gonna miss. But go ahead and describe to us what this looks like.
Cool. So I'm gonna run back up the stairs, passing them, 1 foot on the altar, running up. I'm gonna try to come down and miss, I guess, and end up behind him.
Yeah, luckily for your athleticism, you do not like eat shit on the other side when you miss. You do manage to catch yourself, but yeah.
Cool. And hopefully that distracted him.
What are you doing?
Malice
I'm excited.
yells out, I give Seku as a sacrifice. He runs over and he tries to stab Seku.
Oh, please, bro.
Oh my god.
Love you, Duro.
Oh no.
I roll an 11.
You miss.
Oh, this is about to
boy.
get really weird.
You're close to me now and he's just trying to hit me?
Oh.
Let's see. So now I will use my racial ability, Blessing of the Raven Queen, which lets me teleport 30 feet away from Seku.
What?
So now I'm behind the pillar once again.
Oh my god, I'm fucking dead. The monster is like thoroughly amused by what the hell is happening now. He again laughs.
Foolish mortals, you can't even trust each other, and you think you'll destroy me.
And with that, let's see. What is he going to do? What do I got?
He's got disadvantage on one attack.
Okay, so he is going to target his first eye at Seku, since you are so brave to step up to him first. Let's see. Disadvantage of 15.
Did you
I
try
guess-
to hit me?
Yeah, no, I don't have to hit you. Never mind, because it's a ray. This is a wisdom save.
It's a ray of sunshine.
Wisdom?
Yep.
24.
Damn, you succeed. All right.
Wisdom's my thing, yo.
He is going to direct another one of his eyes towards Vindentis. Please make a dexterity save for me.
Oh boy.
I know I'm rolling random for these too, so this is gonna get weird.
Oh boy.
Much like my armor class, 12.
Ooh, and you fail. The ray pierces Vindentis, and you see bleeding out from where it hit him this stony color as he's slowly freezing in place and turning to stone. Forik, you silly fool. I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity save.
Easy peasy. Oh
What was
boy.
So he was
4.
petrified, not paralyzed?
He's petrified, yes. Yeah.
That was a
That's
4.
Another ray shoots from one of his eyes that is just dangling out of the socket as it moves behind and catches Forik in its sights. And as it hits him square in the back from his retreat, Forik bursts into dust and is no more.
Sacrifice.
You have been disintegrated. How fitting.
Tiefling fool, think you can leap at me?
All right. You know what, Dead Fork? Let's make another another initiative roll for your surviving companions.
Okay.
So happy you died first.
Oh boy, that's a 1. Sorry, boys.
Yeah, it's okay. I rolled a 6. All right. Let's see what the luck of the gods brings you this time.
Oh boy.
Okay, Seku, I am going to have you roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
I wish that one was mine.
A 13? Question mark?
I was gonna say, are you asking or telling me?
Sorry, buddy, but you have failed. You see another ray shoot from this time one of the eyes atop of his head, and it's this horrible green color. And as it hits Seku, his flesh starts to bubble with pus and slowly begins to melt off of his skeleton into a black pool at his feet as he drops with his companion Forik. Good night, Seku.
Another one down. You fools, you should have sacrificed your own, and now you'll all pay the price.
This is good. Everything's okay.
Everything's fine. Okay, I need Vindentis to roll me a wisdom save, please. Oh wait, you're asleep or you're petrified. Never mind. I guess. Let's do Malice because it's pointless hitting Vindentis with that ray. Give me a wisdom save.
So do you have advantage because he's behind the pillar, or no?
Yeah, I moved behind the pillar.
Oh, you did move behind the pillar.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay. I'll say at this point, did you go into like stealth? Or are you?
No, he would.
No.
I didn't hide, so he would know I'd be behind there.
I imagine he would kind of float his awkward, rotted body over and around and give you it with this one. Yeah.
Bubble hearth.
Bubble hearth.
Bubble
God,
hearth out of this one.
no paladins here, bud.
So I have because of my racial ability, I have resistance.
Okay.
Against all damage until my next turn, which hasn't gone yet. So.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. Is a 17 plus.
You pass it. You're good to go.
Oh, 18.
Yeah, you are great. Wow, someone made a save.
Right.
All right. I'm going to have Vindentis roll to be unpetrified. It is another dex save.
Another dex save. You got it. 6 total.
Oh boy.
Yep, you are certainly still petrified. Malice, what would you like to do?
Malice will run over to the dentist and stab him with the rapier.
Oh boy.
Made of stone, come at me.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Whispers in the air should have killed the elf at the beginning.
So he's incapacitated, right?
Yep.
which I forget what that does.
I feel like
Can't take actions. Petrified. Here we go.
yeah.
I have advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I roll a 13.
Yeah, you got him. You hit him.
Yep.
Okay. Then damage, which will be just a D8. That's an 8. But he has resistance, so it's 4.
All right. Dentist, you poor thing. You've been petrified and now your friend's just hacking away at you. All right. Forik. Roll for our dead companions.
Oh, God.
Just the D6, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's another 1.
Beautiful.
Ooh,
I got a 4.
you boy.
Oh, I forgot. Let me see.
All right. I guess
I was supposed to roll a sneak attack because I have advantage against
Raid.
Hey, welcome in, Dead Aussie Gamer. Thank you so much for the raid. You have made it just in time for chaos and destruction. All right.
I was supposed to deal an extra 4 because I had advantage, which triggers my sneak attack.
An extra 4 damage.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, he's still alive.
The dentist is
Okay.
he's so nice and
Scratch.
pleasant. He's like, it's okay.
All right. I am going to have Malice roll a dexterity save for me, please.
That is a big 9.
You failed a dex save,
I know, I rolled a
Malice.
4.
But it was a big 9.
Yes, a big 9.
The big 9.
Another beam shoots from the beholder's eye and hits you square in the back of the head as you are attacking Vindentis. And your head just splits and cracks open. And you fall over dead before the feet of your companion.
Oh, there you are.
All that is left is Vindentis, petrified. And the beast moves forward lazily, taking his time.
I told you. You should have listened. Mortal fools. You should have listened and given me a soul. And now, I will have them all.
And in one last move, he swipes down and bites the petrified body of Vindentis, who crumbles like stone in his massive maw. And that is how our evening ends.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Very fun.
Absolutely.
I hope you all enjoyed my version of the Death House. I saw a lot of comments in chat about will there be this or that. And I'm sorry that some of you did not get to see some of the things that you wanted to see. But Death House is also like an 8-hour game, and I managed to make it 3 hours. So
You did a great job.
that was super fun. I really did not know what you guys were gonna do in the end there. If you would have sacrificed one of you, the house would have opened up and let you walk scotch-free, whoever would have lived.
Mhm.
I'm really stoked that you guys fought it because it was super fun killing all of you.
Yeah.
That was a
How
good
did, it fe- how did it feel to kill me first?
It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
great because everyone's been making fun of it all fucking night, expecting it to come. And you were the first one. I was rolling random on all the rays for him. He was a
Rigged.
challenge 13 beholder, like full on.
I want to recount.
We could take him.
Oh, freak.
Yeah. I loved it. You guys were like, no, we could do this. And I'm just in my mind like,
Try not to go and be murderous to the comrades here. I should just
wondering the party was level 3.
we were level 3. Super strong, almighty.
Yes, they did their best, you know.
I tried in the end to do something.
It was so good.
My attempt was going to be to hit him down and land on his back, but that obviously did not work.
That was going to be shoot him with the guiding bolt and then attempt to run away.
You guys did great in the house, though. Like, that was all fabulous. You guys did such a good job. Thank you so much. It was so much fun. I hope
Anybody
y'all had
needs-
just as much fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was really fun. If anybody needs help busting open locks, just let me know. That was
Yeah,
my
just-
only. That was my only.
Just
nat
let
20
Brad know.